Good evening. Welcome to Northern Maine Productions. It's Saturday, December 28th, 2024. I'm just kind of getting my Christmas lights and stuff gathered up here and getting ready to pack stuff away for the year. And I came across this rather obscure lighting set today that I thought I'd share with you. The box is pretty well demolished, but that's okay. And this is how I got them. But this is a set of W.T. Grants. It came from W.T. Grants department stores here in the United States. It's a 40 light set. Talk about weird. I have never seen a set of 40 outdoor lights before. According to this, it's got a new improved clip on it, which this does match the graphic on the back of the box, as you can see right here. These sockets do look like that. So, you know, I've used this set a few times. It does not have the original bulbs. This set came with these bulbs like this, these old interior painted Japanese light bulbs. Most or if not all of those bulbs were still in this string when I first got it, and I did use them outdoors a couple of winters. Evidently they had quite a bit of time on them because I started losing bulbs in them, but the most frustrating part of this set of lights was keeping the sockets working on them. I don't know who made this string of lights for W.T. Grants, but it does have a Gilbert plug on it. But I don't know, it doesn't seem to resemble anything Gilbert made. I don't know when these were made, probably in the 1960s, possibly the early 70s. Definitely not anything past 1976, because that's when Grant went bankrupt. But I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to plug these in. You see this. The bulbs are not bad in this string. These bulbs are all brand new. They've only got just a few hours of use, but there are numerous sockets. If you move these just right, they go out. And it's not because the bulbs are loose. It's because they're a very cheaply made set of lights, and the sockets are not clipped onto the wires very tightly. The only thing that's holding that cord onto the bottom of that socket is this little red ring. And of course you can't see inside this stupid thing. It's just got two little clips that pop up through the bottom of the socket and hold them into place. They don't actually screw on there or anything. You know, these things are old. The plasticizers are probably getting bad in the wires, and some of this plastic's probably starting to deform a little bit. These things are garbage. Despite the fact that this set of lights is probably fairly rare, that's how they terminated that set of lights too. That set of lights does not have an end-to-end connection for obvious reasons, because it did have a stackable plug, but you know, you wouldn't want to connect more than a couple of these together, because originally this had 10-watt light bulbs in them. These old bulbs were 10 watts, so that was 400 watts that this one string of lights was pulling. But yeah, these things, I saw a set a set of 20 of these online just today. I was just looking at just for the heck of it. Jumpins, they wanted something like $35 for them or something like that. I mean, their box was in way better shape than this one is, but no. For God's sakes, if you ever see a set of lights with that type of a socket on them, run away. These things will drive you right up a wall. And I don't really think that this set's been used an awful lot. You know, the clips are rusty on them, but Jumpins are over 50 years old. They're bound to be rusty. They've probably been stored in a basement or who knows where. But I mean, they haven't obviously been out in the sunlight much because they're not all faded. But people, you know, probably I'm going to go off on a little bit of a rant here a little bit, and I'm probably going to make some of the collectors mad, especially the people that like to collect and sell online. Set these right off the side here. These little packs of light bulbs like these, you see these all the time for sale on eBay or Etsy.com or wherever. When you put these up for sale, they're not worth any more than the price that's on the carton. You can still buy these bulbs just like this brand new for about that same amount of money. These bulbs, the problem is you see one pack of these bulbs on, you know, online for sale. They'll have like $4.95 or $6 or $7 on that pack of light bulbs, which, you know, that's high enough. But then when you gotta add $5 or $6 worth of shipping on them, Jumpins, you're paying $10 or $12 for a set of light bulbs that's worth $1. You know, it doesn't matter that these Holly Bright light bulbs, it doesn't matter that they're probably 40 years old. These came from Laverdier's drugstore and that were in New England back in the 70s and the 80s. It doesn't matter that they're 40 years old and that they came from Laverdier's. They're still a cheap Japanese or Chinese light bulb, and they're not worth any more money today than they were 40 years ago. Because nobody collects them. I don't collect them to keep. They're just, you know, that set there is from Ames. There was an Ames store here in Holton. It's been out of business since 1996. That set there, that box there was fairly cheap. That's 77 cents. That ain't terribly bad, but you know, still Beacon Electric. They're made in Taiwan. They're cheap. They're garbage light bulbs, really. They work and they usually last quite a while, but the problem is who knows how long they've been used. I mean, you know, there's people out there that have OCD that actually put these things back in the package every year when they're done using them, and so God only knows how many hours of use they've already seen. Is that a Laurel C7 light bulbs? I've never heard tell of them before. They were obviously for a candle. They appear to be new. Yes, that's never been into a socket before by the looks, but who knows if they've been dropped or slammed around or anything, but they're just not worth $5 or $6 for them. You know, at the most $1 a bulb, at the most. And then you're stupid to pay that much for them because you can just go buy brand new ones for less. Seriously. Holiday time, these are Walmart light bulbs. Probably been used, I don't know. There's paint missing off of them. Probably been used. 88 cents. This pack of bulbs might be 10 years old, maybe not even that old. But you can still get it right online and buy the same thing today. You usually, if you buy them offline now, you gotta buy, they'll come in a box of 25 like that. So you pay a little more upfront cost. And then the other thing is, like, you see packs like this online every now and then. Northern Lights, I mean, it's a pretty pack. It's got nice graphics on it and whatnot. But, you know, they're made in Taiwan. The funny part of this pack is that doesn't even have the original light bulbs in it. Those are old late 70s GE light bulbs. So it's not worth much. I don't know why the people, and this is another one that gets me. These are highly collectible, I get it. They're beautiful light bulbs. But that's about where their goodness ends. Because the bulbs themselves suck. You just bang them on the table like that and they blow. These are GE lighted ice bulbs. You see these things all the time, $6-7 a piece. That's ridiculous for a bulb that's 50 years old. Now granted, they are beautiful. I would definitely not, you know, if I could find a deal on a group of them. That's how I like to buy light bulbs. I hate buying, like, I would never get online and buy 1 or 2 packs like this. I'd buy a big package deal where I could get the best deal on shipping. And that's the part that really irritates me when you get on to some of these websites, especially like on Etsy.com. People have big lots of light bulbs like this, and they'll have a nice picture of a great big huge lot of light bulbs, or a bag of light bulbs, or, you know, 2 bags of light bulbs like this, and you click onto the ad. You click onto the ad to check it out, and they've got them listed for sale individually or groups of 5. I hate it when people do that, because you end up getting raped with your pants on shipping on stuff like that. Just sell the whole friggin' lot of it. Give somebody a good deal on it, and that's how it ought to be. But no, people are, and I get it. There's a market for it. People are stupid enough to pay kind of money for stuff. But it's the stuff like that that's making it hard for people who like to actually use these lights to get replacement bulbs for a bargain. I mean, used to be you could go on eBay or somewhere and you could buy a lot of old bulbs, you know, like that. You could buy a big lot of them in a box or whatever, 100 bulbs in them. You could get them for $10-15 for a great big box of bulbs. Don't do that anymore. Then you see, you know, we've talked about these red and green strings before. I love these. They're nice lights. They really are. But see, here's the kicker on these. There are literally billions and billions of these things still out there in the world. There were literally millions and millions and millions of these strings of lights made over the years. And I can assure you that we have probably not even seen half of them. People get into their attics, you know, it's gonna happen. The baby boomer generation's getting old, and pretty soon attics are gonna start getting cleaned out, and all of a sudden there's gonna be even more of these on the market. They're not worth anything. That's the thing. They're not worth anything. But people just, they list these things for sale for, you know, I've seen them for as high as 20, 25 bucks. Are you kidding me? It's full of Japanese, Chinese light bulbs. The paint's all scratched on them, faded. Probably some of them don't work, and they'll charge 20, 25 bucks. Jumping's, most of the time you can go to a yard sale right in your own local town, and if you're crafty enough and search around enough, you'll find this exact string of lights, and I bet you won't pay any more than $2 for it. And I'm not even kidding. People out in the real world don't put any value on this stuff. But it's the sellers online that just, they're just out to, they're out to rape people, really. I mean, they don't even think nothing of it, because people are so willing to buy stuff for that much money just so they don't have to go out and actually search for stuff. That's part of the fun of collecting this stuff like this, is going to yard sales and whatnot and trying to pick up 3, 4, 5 strings of lights for a good deal. You know, if you want to actually collect these lights and buy them, get out and search around yard sales and estate sales. There's some great deals out and around when people are cleaning their house out and they're trying to get rid of stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. All of these bulbs that I have here, I have hundreds of these packs stashed in a big plastic tote that somebody had in their house. I bought the whole tote for 20 bucks. All of them. That was a horrendous deal. And I'll never have to buy any C7 or C9 light bulbs again for as long as I live. And then on top of that, this set of lights that I've got right here, you'll notice the last time that I used these was the 4th of July. They got red, white, and blue light bulbs in them. I strung these out across my yard here last year, I think, for the 4th of July. I got literally cases and cases and cases of these bulbs. I got all different colors of these C9 outdoor bulbs. They're all Chinese bulbs, obviously. So where'd I get them from? I got them for free, actually. One of the local towns around here retired their old municipal Christmas decorations that they used to hang on the street poles. They bought all new LED ones, and they just threw away those old, and they literally gave me every replacement bulb that they had just to get rid of them, because they would have had to pay to throw them away. That's the reality of what's going on with all of these types of light bulbs like this. They're not valuable. They're everywhere as people. I'm not trying to put down somebody who's trying to actually pass on good savings to people. There are people out there, and I've dealt with a few people, especially from Etsy.com. There was a few people on there that I dealt with, and they were honestly the best. Especially if you buy 1 or 2 things from them and pay the price they're asking, a lot of times they'll message you afterwards and offer you something that they have that they don't have much to charge for. They'll give you a good deal on something just to get rid of it or whatever. That's happened to me a few times, and I really appreciated that. But boys, for the most part, there's people that just want to take advantage, and that's really too bad. I mean, that's not what the spirit of Christmas is. Christmas is about giving, but when the time comes that I'm no longer interested in hanging on to this stuff and getting rid of it, there'll be a huge fire sale here at my home. I ain't out to make money on this stuff. I've enjoyed it for years and years, and I'll continue to enjoy it for as long as I feel like messing around with them. But there'll come a time when this stuff will be all up for grabs. Probably most of it will be given away. The stuff that I don't actually give away, I'll probably end up throwing away just to be done with it. But so, if you're honestly thinking about getting into Christmas light collecting, be cautious about what you're paying for stuff. I mean, seriously. And I'll tell you why. Just a few minutes ago, I opened this brand new unused pack of blue transparent light bulbs up. I was testing them. I mainly tried them because I wanted to see what the bulbs look like when they were lit, and actually they are a pretty nice dark color of blue. I don't know how well the camera captured that, but I was testing a few of them. By God, I screwed one of them in that candle and it blew right out of the box. That's the other thing. Even though these are brand new in the box, you don't know if they've been mishandled. I've had that happen time and time again. Take these little bulbs out of these boxes and plug them in, have them explode. That always makes my day. But anyways, I'm sorry if I was kind of negative and rainy here, but you know, I want to show you this too. I can see this right here. Bought this at a yard sale. Nice 5-light Noma chandelier. It's slightly discolored, but it's not very bad. A Bach. And it had bulbs in it when I bought it, so yeah. That's the reality of going yard sailing right there. Anyways, I hope I didn't ruin your video watching experience here. I'll be sure and put the rainy part in the title of it somehow. But anyways, thank you all for watching. This is probably going to be the last video this year on Christmas lighting. Christmas was a little weird for me this year. I was sick over the Christmas holiday, and I wasn't able to actually be with my family on Christmas Day, which was the first time ever. So, anyways, you all have a very happy new year, and I'll be looking forward to bringing stuff in the future here in 2025. You all have a good one. Have a great night. Bye-bye.